Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into one of the most enchanting and mystical tales ever told, the love story of the snake charmer and the Serpent Woman. This story isn't just a legend, it's a timeless reflection of love, sacrifice, and destiny, wrapped in the magic of folklore and the mystery of the supernatural. So, sit back and let your imagination wander into a world where the sound of a flute could awaken the heart of a serpent, and where love defied every boundary between man and creature. Long ago, in a small village surrounded by dense forests and golden fields, there lived a young snake charmer named Raghav. He was known far and wide for his mesmerizing ability to play the flute in such a way that even the fiercest snakes would sway to his tune. People admired his courage and skill, but they did not know the sadness that lingered in his heart. Raghav had grown up alone after losing his parents to a snake bite when he was a child. Ironically, the very creatures that took his family became his closest companions. Playing the flute was his way of connecting to something greater, something divine. One day, while wandering deep into the forest in search of rare snakes, Raghav sat under an ancient banyan tree. The air was still, and the forest seemed to be holding its breath. As he began to play his flute, the sound echoed through the woods like a soft whisper of magic. From the shadows, a serpent slowly emerged, but this was no ordinary snake. Her scales shimmered like gold under the sunlight, and her eyes glowed with a strange, hypnotic beauty. Raghav stopped playing, stunned by her presence. He had seen many snakes, but never one so magnificent. To his amazement, the serpent began to move closer, not with aggression, but with grace. She lifted her head and looked straight into his eyes, as if trying to communicate something. Then, in a swirl of golden light, the serpent transformed into a beautiful woman. Her long black hair flowed like a river, and her eyes still carried that golden glint. Raghav could hardly believe what he saw. The woman smiled gently and said, "Do not be afraid. I am Naina, the Najin of these woods." Raghav was speechless. He had heard tales of shifting serpents who could take human form, but he had never believed them. Naina explained that she had been watching him for many years, drawn by the purity of his music. His flute, she said, carried a magic that touched her soul. She had felt emotions she never knew existed: sorrow, longing, and love. Every note he played reached her heart like a silent confession. Raghav listened in awe, realizing that the music he had been playing from loneliness had become a bridge between two worlds. As days turned into weeks, Raghav and Naina began to meet often. Every evening, under the same banyan tree, they would talk, laugh, and share stories about their worlds. Raghav told her about human life, about the beauty of the stars, the sweetness of rain, and the dreams of people. Naina spoke of the hidden world beneath the earth, where serpents guarded ancient treasures and knowledge unknown to humankind. Slowly, love blossomed between them, a love so pure that it ignored every boundary of nature. But love, as always, comes with trials. One night, Naina revealed the truth that her clan would never accept her bond with a human. The laws of the serpent world were strict. Any serpent who dared to love a human would be punished severely. Raghav held her hand and promised that nothing would separate them. He said he would protect her even if it cost him his life. Naina wept, torn between love and duty, knowing that destiny was never kind to those who defied it. Despite the warnings, they continued to meet. Their love only grew stronger with every stolen moment. However, in the village, people began to whisper strange stories. They had seen Raghav talking to a woman who appeared out of nowhere and vanished into the woods. Some believed she was a spirit, others said she was a witch. A group of jealous snake charmers, envious of Raghav's fame, decided to find out the truth. One evening, they followed him into the forest and saw him meeting Naina. Shocked by her transformation from serpent to woman, they ran back to the village, spreading fear and rumors. The villagers grew angry and frightened, convinced that Raghav had brought danger upon them. They decided to capture Naina, believing that killing the Serpent Woman would free the village from evil. Raghav begged them to stop, but no one listened. The next night, when he went to meet Naina, the villagers followed with torches and weapons. As soon as Naina appeared, they attacked. Raghav tried to shield her, but the crowd was relentless. In a desperate act to protect him, Naina transformed back into her serpent form and fought fiercely, but she was outnumbered. The villagers struck her down, and she fell to the ground, wounded and weak. Raghav dropped his flute and ran to her, holding her close as tears streamed down his face. With her last breath, Naina whispered, "Our love will not die. Wherever the sound of your flute travels, my soul will follow." And with that, she closed her eyes forever. Raghav was devastated. His world shattered before his eyes. Unable to live without her, he picked up his flute and played the most heartbreaking melody ever heard. As the tune echoed through the forest, the air shimmered once again. Naina's spirit appeared in her radiant form, smiling softly. She said, "You kept your promise, my love. Now it is my turn." Her spirit coiled around him gently, and together they vanished into the golden light, leaving behind only the faint sound of a flute carried by the wind. The next morning, the villagers found the flute lying beneath the banyan tree, but Raghav was gone. From that day on, no one dared to enter that part of the forest. However, travelers who passed by claimed that on quiet nights, they could hear the haunting melody of a flute, floating through the air, followed by the soft hiss of a serpent. It was said that their souls still wandered together, bound by eternal love. Years passed, but the story of Raghav and Naina never faded. It became a legend told by elders to children, a reminder that true love knows no boundaries, not even between human and serpent, life and death. Their love story symbolized that even in the face of fear and destruction, love remains the most powerful force in the world. It can heal, it can destroy, but it always endures. Many believe that Raghav's flute was not just an instrument, but a magical link to the spirit world. Whenever someone plays a flute with a pure heart, the melody awakens old memories, echoing the love that once defied destiny. Some say the banyan tree still stands, and if you sit beneath it at sunset, you can feel a strange peace, as if unseen eyes are watching you, as if love itself whispers through the leaves. Even today, artists paint their story, poets write about them, and singers compose songs inspired by their forbidden love. In every version, the message remains the same: love doesn't see form, species, or fate. It only knows devotion. The tale of the snake charmer and the serpent woman reminds us that love is not bound by the laws of the world, but by the truth of the heart. So whenever you hear the soft tune of a flute in the quiet of the night, remember Raghav and Naina, the lovers who proved that love, no matter how impossible, can still conquer everything. Their story teaches us that sometimes love isn't meant to be understood. It's meant to be felt, cherished, and remembered forever. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more mystical tales and timeless love stories. See you in the next video.